Hey everybody, it's Kim Danke, your Shibboleth new member fast track instructor, and I'm happy to be here with you tonight. Get my chair situated. And I've just come down from teaching class, Bible study at church, and here I am teaching a new thing. Actually, I didn't have to teach much tonight at Bible study because we were listening to a video by Priscilla Shower. When you hop on and you are in the Facebook, please say hello. Let me know that you're there. Give us a few hearts, a few likes, and if you don't mind, hit the share button. The share button lets people know what we have to offer, and they get a sneak peek of seeing what they get with their membership. So share is awesome. If you are in the Zoom room, please take a second to set your chat to everyone. You click where it says to, and then you choose the option for everyone, and then say hello. Let me know if you had a great day today. Hey, Angel on Facebook and Dawn on Facebook. Hello. I'm glad y'all are here. Awesome. And we got Rachel from Ohio. Oh, good. Rachel caught up on Sunday and Monday videos today. Wonderful. It was her first day, and it was a perfect day. Awesome, Rachel. That is fantastic. Fantastic. Let's see who else is here with me tonight. We have some folks, I can't tell what their name is, but then we've got Deborah and Donna and Edna and Lee and Luann and Peggy and Rachel and Terry and Trish. Hey, Trish, that's my friend Trish. Okay, awesome. Glad y'all are on here. Now, just to let you know that this is kind of midweek to the class. So Trish, you're going to be able to see and hear things, but this isn't like the lesson that's going to teach you everything. So I don't know if you've had time to watch the Sunday and Monday night. Probably not, because you were teaching school, but Sunday and Monday night, you definitely want to go back and listen to those, okay? But hang with me tonight too. Hey, Lee from Louisiana, first day. Awesome, Lee. And there's Terry, just joined this afternoon. Oh, so excited. Okay, that's awesome. So I am going to take a second then. Thank you, Trish. I am going to take a second to let y'all know what to do first before we get into tonight's topic, okay? Let's see, over here on Facebook, we had Barbara. Hey, Barbara, I think I had a perfect day. I have a question. Well, ask your question, Barbara. I'm glad you think you had a perfect day. That's awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to share my screen. And we're headed to the fast track laps. So fast track is where you start, okay? It's where you start as a new member. And you got a welcome email. And your welcome email, when you click on it, it takes you here. None of the printables and other documents that you'll need to have on hand are in your welcome email. They're all here in an organized, methodical way that you can check box around to get everything taken care of, okay? If you are on a refresh, meaning you've been a member for a while and you're on a refresh, then you're going to click dashboard. I'm going to show you. You're going to click dashboard because like I'm not a new member, so mine comes up to the instructor page. Okay, there's the instructor page. There's fast track right there. You see how it's kind of grayed out, but if you hover over it, it's live. So you choose it, okay? Now, if you're a brand new member, fast track's going to be the first thing that pops up when you log in. But if you've already set, you've already kind of played and been around the website, to get back to fast track, you just click on dashboard again up at the top, okay? And then you click on fast track. And for those of you that have just started today, I want you to make sure that you understand to do lap 1 and lap 2 as soon as you can. It looks like a long list. It is not. So a couple of things. This is a tutorial video that you can watch, okay, that's going to teach you about how to do these things. If you're on a computer, you can hover your mouse and that black box will pop up. If you are on a phone or a tablet, if you just tap the information eye, the black box will pop up, okay? The black box is different for every task. It's just the instructions, like you're a teacher and you have to give instructions about the homework. That's the instructions. So you just let that pop up, you read it, and then you click, you go to the page. Once you've done it, you check this box. Okay, so this one is just registering for the nightly classes. Once you register for one, you're registered for all of them. So you don't have to go through the process of registering for all of them. You register for one, you're in all. So that's super quick. This little bit right here, watching these 14 little fast track videos, this is just a reaffirmation of everything that I go over on Sunday night. Okay, it'll take you about an hour to listen, not 14 hours. Okay, all 14 videos is less than 1 hour. That is not completing fast track, even though at the end of this you will get a badge that says fast track complete. I've asked them to change it to full access, meaning you now will have full access to food library, recipe library, and restaurant guide. Your fast track's technically not complete until you have every single box checked off in all the laps. Okay, and then do you see right here where it says welcome packet? That's your welcome packet. If you have a printer, feel free to print it. If you don't have a printer, just read it and make notes on your own paper, okay? But from that link all the way down to this link that says meal plan worksheet, those are all printables. Those are all your new member stuff, and lots of food ideas can be found in those, okay? Hey, Patty Bass, glad you're here. And then from here, all the way down to here, all four of those will take you about 30 seconds. If you're a Facebook user, that's getting you in the Facebook groups. If you are not a Facebook user, just check the box like you did it, okay? But if you're a Facebook user, you want that support. All right, and then down here is you check this off once you've made your first journal entry. Well, what if you don't make your first journal entry on the very first day you look at lap one? Well, don't check that box off. Maybe you make your first journal entry a couple of days later. Well, that's fine. Just come back and check that box off once you have made your first journal entry. Now, lap two is very important. This is getting your profile and your account set up in a way that this system will crunch numbers for you. It will give you data graphs. It will give you all kinds of fun and cool things. But if you don't give it the information, it doesn't have the data to crunch. Okay, so you want to confirm your email to make sure you're getting your emails from us. You can find your ideal body weight right there. That is so important because I didn't even know what mine should be. I thought I needed to lose 35 pounds. I lost 50. Didn't even know I had 50 to lose, but I'll take it. And now I'm going to keep it. Hey, Taylor on Facebook, glad you're here. Thank you for saying hello. This is completing a full body assessment. This is entering your profile. I mean, your starting measurements and your profile. Very, very important. That is one that is very important because you will have graphs if you give it the info. And then right here, a front and side picture is very important. So a lot of times people do not like to take their picture, their front and side picture. A lot of times people do not like to do their measurements because they're embarrassed or something. They don't want to do it. But I need you to do it because about a month in, you are going to go, wait a minute, look at what I have already accomplished. And if you have the data, then you can look back. If you don't have the data, whether that data is a picture or whether it is a measurement, if you don't have it, you won't have it to compare to, and you will need that at some point because you're going to go, wait, I didn't lose any weight this week. What happened? You got to look back at all of these other things and go, but look where I've come. I got to keep doing the right thing and it'll keep going. Okay. I hope everybody understands that. Y'all give me some thumbs up if you understand what I'm talking about. Then right here, I want you to define your why. Do you know a morning's going to come where you don't want to do this? Or maybe it's not the morning time, afternoon. An afternoon is going to come where you don't want to do this. And that is when you're going to pull up your why. Why did you start this? Why? You've got to reread that and have it be first and foremost, be right up front as to why you are doing this. So you want to write your why. I highly suggest that once you write your why, every 3 to 6 months, you go back in there and don't change your why. Just redate it and add to it because it will tell a story after a period of time and it's going to be really cool. Now, if you miss any of the 7:30 nightly webinars, all of them are housed right here. Do you see right there where it says watch the daily fast track webinars? I'm going to click here and show you. Hey, Teresa, glad you're here. Yes, and Dawn on Facebook is saying the why is so important. Okay, so I clicked there and we are now in the video library and we're in the little section called Daily Fast Track Webinars. So Trish and let's see, Terry, those of you who just started, I need y'all to watch this one for sure, and then this one, and then this one, okay? And then you'll kind of catch up, okay? But if you miss anything, it'll all be housed right there. Now, by chance, if you miss something, and I mean, or if you are watching them with me nightly, I technically wouldn't check that box until Saturday night, okay? Because then you're confirming, yes, I've done that. And you just don't, like, I'm a stickler. You don't want to check the box until you've done it all. So if you go ahead and spend 7 hours one day watching them all, you can check the box. But otherwise, just leave it unchecked until you get to the end of the week and you've done that, all right? If you missed last night's webinar, watch it. But if you want to print or see the website that I used to teach, well, no, Monday night's webinar, it's right here. This simple food combining, it's right there. There's that. And then if by chance you have not taken the test at the end of the fast track yet, there it is. One more time, just list it out right there for you. Why do I have that right there again? Just to ensure that you've taken it. Because when you move to lap 3, you're going to want your full food library, your full recipe library, and your full restaurant guide open to you. And it doesn't open up until you've taken that test. We do like to know that you have a little bit of knowledge before we just like give massive amounts of selections in there. Okay. So that's what that is about. And then last night we did, Patty says that her why was she was tired of being tired and sore lugging around the fat. Yep, I get that. I get that. Me too. Okay, so lap 3 we did last night, and tonight we're going to do lap 4. Let's see. Hey, Evelyn, glad you're here. So lap 4. There, as a reminder, there's a little tutorial there if you want to watch that. But the first thing that we are going to do tonight is create a grocery list. Now, obviously, you can write a grocery list on a piece of paper. You don't even have to use this, but it is pretty cool. And I want to make sure that you know how to use it. So we're going to create a grocery list in the Resources, Foods, and Recipes tab. Let me show you where that tab is, because when you are no longer in Fast Track, you're not going to access it through that little link right there. You're going to access it right here. This green Resources, Foods, and Recipes tab is going to be one of your absolute favorites, okay? So in order to add foods to a grocery list, the grocery list must be created first. If you shop at multiple stores, this is a good time to create a grocery list for each store. So let's click there, and this is bringing you to your grocery lists. And you can see all of those previously made grocery lists. I even have a grocery list called Might Want to Try. So when I'm playing around in the food library and I don't really need that this week, but I think I might want to try it in the future, I pop it into that one. Because what if I'm in the store one day and I think, you know, I want to look at something new. What have I popped into my Might Want to Try list? So that's what that is. I even have one on ice creams. Every approved ice cream or ice cream product or ice cream cup or anything is in there. And then just for the fun of it, look what I did one time. I made the fat burning chicken enchiladas grocery list. Yes, I could print that off from my recipe library, but I was just doing this for fun. So, all right, so let's create a grocery list. To create a grocery list, you click this green button called Add Grocery List. And then you choose the date on which you want the grocery list to be named. And then you can just put in a name of a store. I'm going to do Ingles this week because I have been thinking about going to Ingles. I'm going to go to Ingles and I hit create. So once you've done that, you simply check that box. See how quick that was? Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add some food items. This is not in the app, Barbara. Yes, Barbara. Okay, so Liz, we'll tell this to everybody. First of all, if you get the app, it's called the Shibboleth Food Journal. It is free. It is just part of your membership. It's free. So you do not have to pay anything for it. We had one that was 99 cents and somebody stole it because those kind of things happen out there in this world. So we recreated one and it's free. So do not do anything you have to pay for. But apps are extremely expensive to maintain, especially with all the stuff that we have in there. So Barbara, it's not in there. Some of these super, super cool features are only in the website. So what I do is I save all of the things that I visit often on the website as a shortcut to my home screen on my phone. It's just like having an app. Boom, I'm there. So that's what I do. Thank you for mentioning that, Barbara. That way I could tell everybody. Yeah, it's definitely in the website. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to add a food item from the food library to the grocery list. I'm going to take the first 3 that y'all tell me to find. Okay, please participate with me and give me 3 items, but I'm going to read this. For practice, pick any food item from the food library and add it to one of your grocery lists. Adding a food item to a grocery list can be done from 2 places. In the food list, it's the last button to the right of the food item listing. Or once you've opened up that food item, it's the green button that looks like a list. Hey, Tammy Barber. Tammy Barber is down 8.6 pounds since August 29th. I'm so excited. That is awesome. I'm excited for you. That's wonderful. Okay, so when I click here, it takes me to the food library. All right, I've got milk, ice cream, and tortillas. Sounds good to me. All right, so let's and we'll do Barbara's too. Hormel turkey chili without beans. Okay, so we're gonna look up milk. And do you see that I'm just typing in milk? I'm just typing in milk. Now it's going to generate everything that has either milk in the name or has been tagged with the keyword of milk. And I'm going to remind you guys not to be a happy clicker. If you know you clicked search, just let it do its thing, okay? So look, we got all these things that have milk in it. So if we're wanting to narrow that down to actual milk rather than just stuff that's got milk in it, I'm going to see if this changes any. Y'all see this little list over here on the side? I'm going to click milk over here and see if it changes anything. I'm just curious. I haven't done that before. Okay, it did kind of shorten our list. Okay, so that's good. All right, so now this is kind of like what I'm feeling like Rachel was talking about, true milk. So I really like the Kroger Carb Master milk. I made my list for Ingles, so obviously that wouldn't be at Kroger. And if you don't have a Kroger, you know, you wouldn't be able to buy that. So right now I'm going to go to Fat-Free Fairlife milk because that's pretty much available all across the country. And oops, I wanted to show something. When you are looking at the food listing, if you just know you want that item, watch this. There's the list right there. See that? Add to grocery list. There. Okay, so, and then if I click on the item, it opens up to it. And if I then look at it, now just as a reminder, when you're looking at this, it is going to tell you what category it's in. This is a category 1, lean protein. For those of you who are new, we have 7 categories of food. All foods make their way into those categories based on their nutritional profile and how they respond in your body. And then we eat them together in certain ways, and we teach you how not to eat certain things together. This is a lean protein. This is also could be used as a snack. So some things can be used as multiple things. In order to figure out, you read the description below. This could also be a perfect pairing item. What a perfect pairing is, it's a pairing of food that does not meet the normal formula. You know, like our little combination chart, just like when you're teaching children to read, you know, you can teach them to decode words with phonics, but then there's just sight words and you just got to know it. And so the perfect pairing, they just work because Travis has told us. So they don't follow the rules exactly. So let's just scroll down below and just have a look at this. I want to point something out. Look right here, -1 on the weight loss meter. That's good. We have something for those of you who are new. We have something called the weight loss meter. It goes from a -3 to a +3. 0, right in the center, not going to help you, not going to hurt you. Negative numbers are better for weight loss. Positive numbers, you will still be an EFB and you'll still have a perfect day. But if you were to do those all 3 meals every single day, then you're not going to see the results that you want. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. But I want you to notice this. When you come down here, in the very first line in the description says that if you have it as a snack, it's a 0 on the weight loss meter. Why? Why would that be when above it said -1? Because snacks aren't great for weight loss. So we change the weight loss meter based on how you're using it, just so that you are aware and can make informed decisions. You can have 1 cup as a snack or 2 cups as a category 1. You can also use as a perfect pairing item with any approved cereal, but, ooh, look at this. Kroger Carb Master is preferred if it's available. That's probably because it's got more protein in it. Fat-free Fairlife is interchangeable with Kroger Carb Master and can be used in place of Kroger Carb Master in any circumstance where it is used. Now, that's what that says. But every once in a while in this little description, I will find use Kroger Carb Master only. And that's not very often, but I just want to let you know, always read the description. And if something changes, do what the description says. Okay, so once you've opened this up and you've looked at it and you're like, yep, I want to add this to my grocery list, there's where you add it to the grocery list, okay? Now watch this. It's going to tell me I already have it in there. So that's fine. See this heart right here? This means that it got moved into my favorite foods, which is all right here. And this is what we went over last night. And then 318 other people have also hearted this. They've also hearted this, okay? So now that we've added milk to our grocery list, we're going to look for ice cream. If you are on Facebook and you are not a member, please know that you can get a membership at shibbolethdeals.com. And shibbolethdeals.com, first class is always free, but a membership is only $99 for a year. That's it, 99 bucks for a year. So, all right, let's see. Hey, Angelia, glad you're here. I hope everything went okay with the floods and stuff. Okay, ice cream. Now, I'm just going to find one. Ooh, this one's actually a pretty good one. This one, though, you buy at the Shibboleth store. So this is a kind of a really cool thing. This is kind of a yogurty type thing. It doesn't taste like yogurt. It's just got probiotic strains in it, which is really good. And if you wanted to get this, that's only at the Shibboleth store. So you might have to add that to your Shibboleth list. See how I had a Shibboleth list there? But let's go back and find a normal ice cream. You know what I do with this stuff right here, though, this Carbolite? I put it in yogurt. And I don't like yogurt, but this stuff made the yogurt like a mousse, and I'll take it then. Okay, so let's just go to one that I have hearted down here, the Halo Top Ice Cream. It says all flavors of original, non-dairy, and keto series. So let's click there. I could have added it just from right there, but I want to take the time to just show you what it looks like. Oh, good, Angelia, good. Halo Top is a good snack, and it's also used in quite a few wow challenges, which we'll talk about on Friday night. It's taken a second to pull it up. So just to ease this process, I'm going to click add to grocery list from right here. Well, maybe I'm not, because it's thinking, it's already thinking. There we go. So it's a +1 on the weight loss meter, okay? So just kind of keep that in mind, but I'm just going to add it to the grocery list. And then let's find tortillas. Y'all, I'm in the prayer room at church, and I think my signal is not very good because it's taking a second. Okay, so 72 results have returned with tortillas. So I just kind of scroll down, and what I do is I look for names that I recognize first, and then I just do it from there. So right now I'm going to just add that from there so that it's quick and easy, and just show you can add it from there. So if you don't need to open up that item because you already know that you purchased it, you can just do it right there from that list. Okay. And then Barbara wants us to look for Hormel. I'm just going to type in Hormel. She's looking for Hormel turkey chili without beans. Do you see right there that said big maintenance only? Sometimes we'll do everything we can to keep you safe and help you make the right decisions. Okay, Hormel turkey chili. Hormel turkey chili. There, Hormel fat-free turkey chili, no beans. So let's just kind of look at that. There we go. That's what it looks like. It's a category 6 superfood. So it can be eaten alone, or it can be put with a category 2 fibrous carb, and it could be put with a category 2 fibrous carb and a category 1 or 7 lean protein. That would make a proper combo too. If we want to add this to our list, we just click the button. Okay, so once you've added a few items to the to the grocery list from the food library, you can just check this box. I just want you to see the 2 spots where you find the add to grocery list. Now what we're going to do is we are going to familiarize ourselves with the recipe library. That's really what tonight's all about, looking at the recipe library. So before we do that though, I'm going to read this task here because this is so cool. Each recipe required ingredient can be added to a grocery list with the click of a button. Once the recipe has been opened, you got to open it up, click the green add to recipe button. So what we're going to do as we are familiarizing ourselves with the recipe library tonight, we're just going to be adding some to the grocery list. Okay, so I wanted to at least tell you we're going to be doing that as we do this. We're going to search the recipe library for your favorites. This is a database built by our Shibboleth family. As you are exploring, please heart each recipe you think you might like to try. Hearting the recipe adds it to your personal favorites, which can be found in your My Journal tab or the My Favorites tab in the recipe library. Now, why is it so important to heart these things? Because when you are looking through that recipe library and you go, oh, that looks good, but I'll remember the name of that and then I'll come back and find it later. You don't remember. So make sure you heart it, and then it moves it over there into your My Favorites. That My Favorites tab could really be called your I might want to try this tab. Okay, then you put it over there. If you don't like it, you could always unheart it and it would move back out. Okay, so you just want to make sure that you've hearted it so that you can find it again. So what I like to call the recipe library is the digital cookbook. This is a digital cookbook. See these yummy pictures right here, yummy looking pictures. So right there, we've got a fajita turkey burger. Sounds good to me. Butternut squash casserole. Ooh, that could take the place of sweet potato casserole. Italian roast, yum. 7-can taco soup, yum. Black bean soup, yum. And I'm not going to keep reading those. But do you see how delicious those pictures are? Those pictures change every time you come back to this page. They're dynamic, meaning they change. So if you, just like I was reading through those, if you think you might want to try one of those things, write the name of it down, because you can always come back and search it in the search library. Now, like, let's say you want to click on black bean soup, but really this Italian roast looked really good. Write down Italian roast on a piece of paper, because when you come back to this screen, it won't be the same. So I'm just letting y'all know that in advance because I figured that out the hard way. So when you heart recipes it goes into my favorites right here. You see this right here? Most pages, like your recipe library, your food library, your video library, your wow challenges, they all have a my favorites tab, because this is an expansive website. And by having the my favorites tab, it brings a lot of information down just to your personalized information. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click this filters button, but then I'm going to come back to this screen and show you that these change and keep talking about the way this page is laid out. So I click filters. Why is that important? Because it gives you these options: cooking for 1 to 2 people, cooking for family, crock pot meals, recipes with a few ingredients, and no bake recipes. So there's all kinds of things right there. And look, there's a weight loss meter in here too. So let's say, well, first of all, this filters, when I clicked on the filters, it gives you every single recipe in the entire recipe library. Look, there's 73 pages of recipes. And let's just say that we want to have recipes with crock pot. So see how the crock pot, the word crock pot is green now? That means that filter is being applied. Did you see how the page was blank for just a second? It's generating the info. No happy clicking. Okay, so now let's say that we want to see the best of the best recipes for weight loss. We can bring this down. Oh, and for those of you who are new, please don't think this is all about making recipes. I hardly cook any. I am so simple. I make wraps and sandwiches and meal replacements and omelets and just chicken breast and green beans. I am super simple, but this can be part of it if you're a chef or you like to cook. So do you see what I did? I clicked crock pot, and then I changed this little, I changed that little range, and then I have to hit the set button. So now it's generating everything that's a crock pot recipe in the -2, -3 range. Amazing. So there they all listed right there. And see how it's -2, -3 kind of all mixed up? If I click right here in this field, this cell where the WLM is, it'll organize them. See, now it's all in order: -3, -3, all the way down to your -2s. Okay. Now, when you're looking at the -3s, if you scan over here, the count of likes, 821 people have taken the time to say they like this recipe. That might be a good one to try. 140 people have said they like this recipe. Now, some recipes are newer than others, and so they don't have the opportunity to have years and years of likes in there. So never be afraid to try something that you think sounds good. But if they've been around a while and they're really, really good, they've probably got, there's a number, there's 430. Okay. And then people can even rate them. Now those ratings are only done if people take the time to go back in there and rate something. Okay. So let's just say that we are interested in making this crock pot buffalo chicken. I'm going to click on it. Okay, Taylor, on the recipe library, is there a filter for gluten-free recipes? Taylor, I feel like that question was asked last week. There's not, but this is what I would do, Taylor. I would go into the food library, click gluten-free, and then go to one of the items that is gluten-free, because then all the recipes that have that food in it will appear. Maybe that's a way for you to search that. Okay, so crock pot buffalo chicken. Let's look at the way this is laid out. If you make it and you really like it, or whether you don't, you can come in and you can rate that. And then this is a -2 on the weight loss meter, and you can print it. Let's say you print this and then you 3-hole punch it and put it in a binder. You can do that. I'm going to heart this one because it is something I think I might like to try. So now it's going to be in my favorites tab up there. Sometimes, y'all, this picture is not an approved thing. Okay. Because sometimes they use stock pictures. Okay. So don't pay attention to those pictures unless it looks like somebody took it, like a member took it. So this one is actually in several different ones. This one's in cooking for the family, crock pot, and few ingredients. So, okay. I'm about to get really excited. There is layer after layer after layer of education here, because when you look at this, the ingredients, and you scan over here, if you happen to not know what an item is, if you click it, it takes you to the food library so you can read more about it. And it reminds you of what that is so that you're aware of what you're using. So this one would be 2 pounds of raw, boneless, skinless chicken breasts, 12-ounce bottle of Frank's wing sauce, a 1-ounce packet of Hidden Valley Ranch salad dressing mix, 2 tablespoons of ghee butter, and 2 cloves of garlic minced. Okay, so there's your directions on how to make it. And there's your serving notes. The serving notes is very important because that'll tell you how to journal it. So this is a category 1 and a condiment. And you can eat this with a category 2 vegetable or with a category 2 bread. But look what this says. Serve alone or with a category 2 vegetable for a -2 weight loss meter meal. Or if you have it with a category 2 bread, it changes the weight loss meter to a -1. So what that means to you is it's better to have it with the vegetable. But if you're choosing to have it with the bread, you're well aware of how that is for weight loss. It's still a negative meal, but the other one would be awesome. And adding a category 3, which, what are y'all saying right now in your head? Y'all tell me, who's been listening to me this week? When you say category 3, what's going off in your head right now? I want to see the little sound effect. Who can tell me the sound effect? It's an energy carb, Rachel. That's right. But what sound effect should be going off in y'all's head right now? Same one for energy carb and fruit. Ding, ding, ding. Thank you, Rachel. Awesome. Yes. Ding, ding, ding for your energy carbs and your fruit, because those must be combined with a lean protein and a fibrous carb. Okay. So right here is telling you, if you add a category 3 to either option, it would lower the weight loss meter by a 1. Okay. So I just love all these details. It helps me no longer have to wonder about things. I don't have to wonder. It's written out right there. And then I get to make my best choices. And then if you come down below, look at all these comments. Look at all these comments. And if you have a comment too, you can add it right there and hit post. Okay. So let's say that I hearted that. Okay. But now you do want to make this. Let's say I'm interested in making this. You click right here, then you choose the grocery list. Everything just got added to the grocery list. Okay. So that's awesome. All right. So let's head back over to the recipe library and let's finish talking about this page. Do you see those pictures? They changed. So now you get to look at new pictures. So if you see something there that you like, please feel free to write it down. Here's the search bar. So let's say you are looking for lasagna. You can just search in that search bar, and everything that has been tagged with lasagna is going to pull up. Now at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click in this weight loss meter field. I'm going to let it generate it in order. All right, we've got one that's a -3. We've got cabbage lasagna that it's -2. Let's see, this slow cooker lasagna sounds good to me. Let's just click on that. It also had 121 hearts, and it was given a 5 on the weight loss meter. So let's see. So you're going to take turkey breast or ground chicken breast, red pepper flakes, thyme, some approved marinara sauce, some eggplant, water, low-fat cottage cheese, 1 cup of fat-free shredded mozzarella, a 1/4 cup of egg white substitute or 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of chopped parsley, and 1 package of carbonara pasta. So we talked about pasta on Tuesday night. This is a category 1, 2, and 3. What that means to you is that if something is listed under multiple categories, like this carbonara pasta is, it's got enough lean protein, enough fibrous carb, and enough energy carbs in it to be all 3. So that's why you just want to be aware of that. And that is why they are only using a lean protein meat. For those of you that are new, you don't know this yet, but we do not eat protein plus fats with energy carbs or fruit. Energy carbs and fruit elevate your blood sugar. Your pancreas secretes insulin to deal with that blood sugar elevation, but insulin is a growth hormone. It is a fat storage growth hormone. So if you have insulin out in your body at the same time that fat's running around in your body, insulin's going to collect it and store it. And we don't want that happening. So if we're eating a energy carb, we're not going to put that with a fattier meat. That is specifically why there's a category 1 meat here. That's the beauty of the recipe library. So there's your directions, and then there's your serving notes. And this is the category 1, 2, and 3, plus a condiment. Recipe makes about 8 servings, and it's telling you to use your hand rules. For those of you who are new, we don't eat more than what fits underneath our 2 hands. And you'll see more about that in the Sunday night video and the Monday night video. And then if you come right down here, there's any notes that you could read. I like to read the comments before I make something, because if somebody else has experienced something and I don't have to experience it, I want to benefit from their experience. So that's why notes are good. So that sounds really good. I'm actually going to heart that. I think I may want to try that. And I'm going to add it to my grocery list. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to that recipe library. Let's see, Rachel, so helpful to be able to be flexible without losing a perfect day. Yes, if you are a person who loves to cook, we got you. If you like simple stuff, we got you. And if you like meal replacements, we got you. We can do all of that on Shibboleth. What I like to do is just enjoy them all when it seems like the purposeful time to do them all. So, ooh, I would like to make those, that popcorn okra. That's really good, actually. Okay, so when you're looking at this page right here, you see over here where it says types, you know how recipe books are sectioned out by section? Well, these are sections: appetizer, breakfast, condiments, desserts, and so forth. If you're looking at this on a phone, that's the way you're going to see it, okay? And then you would just click on one of those to get to the larger section. But right here in the center on a computer, you got your appetizers listed, and then you just have everything else listed right below it, which is kind of a fun way just to scan everything and see. Over here on the right-hand side, those of you who make some recipes, often you might want to come over here and look and see what's new. So that's where all the new stuff's going to be. So let's come over here and let's say that you want to make a cheese ball. You can click there. And I'm not going to read it all again, but it's a +1 in the weight loss meter. All your ingredients will be there, your directions, the description, the serving notes, and everything. Ooh, and if Cleo made this, we know it's good. So Cleo is, we like to see her recipes come through. So I'm going to add that to my grocery list. I'm going to give it a heart. Okay. And then I'm going to go back to the recipe library real quick. See, another really great thing about Shibboleth is, let's say that you woke up one morning and you're feeling a certain way. We have all kinds of different days, which you'll learn about in the future. Now, just keep in mind, you don't ever have to go to any of our advanced type of days, because the Shibboleth lifestyle, the regular Shibboleth day works fine. That's what I do every day, just a regular Shibboleth day. But there's a lot of fun other days. So let's say you're waking up one morning and you're like, I just want to eat meat today. Well, we got days like that. You got to know how to do them. You got to know how to do them. Otherwise, they could be one of your worst days, not one of your best days. But we've got that if you want to learn that later. If I keep scrolling down right here, I'll eventually get to breakfast. And just for the fun of it, I'm going to show you my favorite breakfast casserole. So this one is delicious. I really like this breakfast casserole. And sometimes, I'm just showing you, sometimes there's a video. So right there I am cooking that one. They don't all have a video, but some of them have a video. Okay. And let's just look at this one. This is my friend Cheryl. Let's click here. And there is a creamy, cheesy stuffed chicken with bran crisp topping. Ah. Looks good to me. Now, some of this, though, I'm going to add this to my grocery list, but that bran crisp I buy at the Shibboleth store. So I'll just have to be aware of that and get that even though I added it to my Ingles list. Okay. The food, the rest, the grocery lists don't know. Oh, Ingles doesn't have that. It doesn't. That'd be kind of a cool feature. You add it and it splits it off into whatever store you need to go at. But see, it wouldn't make sense to do that because not everybody has the same stores. Okay. So I'm going to go over here, and what we're going to do now is we're just going to check off that we played around in the recipe library. Okay, everybody feel like they understand if that option is there for them when they're ready? Give me some thumbs up if you feel comfortable knowing that option's there. And we added recipes to the grocery list, so we're going to go ahead and check that box off. And now, thank you for that on Facebook. Okay, we're going to check out our created grocery lists. Each grocery list can be customized before going shopping. When a full recipe is added to the grocery list, it adds every item needed. You may already have some staples at home. When you look at your grocery list, you can edit the items you do not need to purchase at the store. Notice how each item in the grocery list is also categorized by category. It's so amazing. Thank you, Barbara. It is so amazing. So let's click here. And we're in that grocery list where you could create a grocery list if you needed to, but I'm going to click on Ingles because that's the one I've been building today. And look at this. It's organized by category, which is fantastic. Now, you can print it. So if you just want to print it, you can print it and take it to the grocery store and check off your little boxes as you get everything. Or I'm going to show you what I do in just a second. But let's kind of scan through this. Category 1, lean protein. Okay, carbonata is actually 1, 2, and 3. It looks like they just popped it over into category 1 to have a place to put it because it wouldn't make sense for it to go in all 3, would it? Let's see. Got all of that. Let's look. Okay, I need all of those. Okay, I've got that. I'm just scanning. Okay, let's just say I've got red pepper flakes at home already in my spice cabinet. I don't need to buy that. I can just click that little minus button and remove it. Okay, so let's keep scanning. Okay. So let's say I've got something like, I'm just going to say I've got this accent flavor enhancer seasoning. I've got that at home. We're going to remove that. Okay. So I was just showing you that you can customize your grocery list. Totally fine. And I always have water on my grocery list because I want to make sure I buy my water. It is amazing how I'll walk out of there without my water. So if you wanted to add something to the grocery list, if you click this green button right here, it will take you directly to the food library. Then you can search for the item and you can add it to the grocery list. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do now, though, is I'm going to show you how on my phone, what I do. Now, this, like Barbara pointed out to us, this is not available on the app. It still is available on my phone, but through the mobile-friendly website, not the app. The app only has the things on it that people go to the absolute most often: food library, recipe library, restaurant guide, and your journal, those types of things, okay? Doesn't have all the rest of this number crunching and information. So on my phone, I have a folder. See how it's called Shibboleth at the top? I have a folder, and all of my Shibboleth shortcuts are in there. And I have one called My Grocery List. So see how it pulled up my grocery list? It's the exact same thing that we're looking at on here. I'm going to click Ingles, though, and it just pulled up the list. I don't know if you're like me, but I like to see things going away on my list, in the grocery store, marking them off. This is even better in my opinion. So let's say once I put carbonara pasta in there, I can hit that minus button and I can remove it from my list, and my list just gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So I don't even have to be distracted by all the lines and scratches on my grocery list. So that is pretty cool, I think. So let me go back to Facebook. Does anybody have any questions about anything we've been over tonight? Otherwise, I do have a few minutes to maybe search for some other recipes that you might be interested in searching for. If somebody wants to put in a recipe or a type of recipe, let me know. But what I'm going to do right now is show you this green tab, Resources, Foods, and Recipes. This is going to be one of your favorite tabs in the future. So this is where your food library is. This is where your recipe library is and your restaurant options. You are going to visit this a lot. This void replacement section, we're going to go over tomorrow night. But look at this. See this grocery store search? I want you to see what that is. Every store that members, this is member entered data. Okay, Deborah, I looked that up. This is member entered data. Shibboleth isn't going around to Academy Sports to see what they've got in there, okay? And, you know, we're not going around to all these places. But let's say that you want to shop at Aldi. There's 290 items right there. You can click Aldi, and you can even see the places that people have put in their exact address, which is kind of cool. And over here on the right-hand side, you can see all the stuff that people have found at Aldi. There's 12 pages of things from Aldi. So that's kind of neat. But let's have and Rachel says, birthday cake. I have a kiddo with a birthday coming up. I assumed it would be a holiday, but now I'm wondering, oh yeah, there is. We'll find it because Travis's wife, Sasha, made him a chocolate one last year. I don't know what she did for him yesterday. I didn't see it, but last year she made a chocolate cake. So we'll look that up, Rachel. So, and then the other thing right here, your My Grocery lists. So that's where you're going to find those grocery lists that we found tonight. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure. The other things, I didn't show them because in the beginning, you don't need all that other stuff, okay? Keep blinders on. Don't get distracted by all the super cool things that are on here. See, Travis has been doing this for 20 years. He wakes up in the middle of the night and says, I want to do this with my website, and boom, we get it, okay, after a while of development. So that's why there's all kinds of stuff in there. So don't let it get overwhelming. You just put blinders on and only focus on what you need to, okay? So let's look up some soup recipes and then look up a birthday cake. Okay, so first of all, do you see how those pictures changed again? Right here, there's soups, Deborah, soups and salads. There's soups and salads. So there's all kinds of soups and salads. There's a whole section on that. So I don't know what kind you're wanting to look at, but that's where you go for those soups and salads. And then what I would do to narrow it down is I would drag my little weight loss meter down here to the -2, -3 and hit the set button. I would make my list smaller. I personally think it's always best to start off with small. You can always expand if you don't find what you're looking for. And there you go. There's a nice little, there's a Zydeco soup. Sounds like I used to work at a restaurant in Birmingham, Alabama called Zydeco's. I was just out of college. Okay, birthday cake. I'm just going to type in cake. And see, it's going to take a second. It's generating. So we've got, I'm not going to read all these out. I'm going to get to the one that sounds like a real cake. Well, anything that has Carb Quick in it. Oh, and Rachel, that might be the best way to do that. Y'all listen. If you know that you want to make cake with something that's like a flour, go to Carb Quick. I'm going to show you all that in a second. Go to Carb Quick in the food library, and then underneath there, you can search. This is going to be so cool. In fact, there's carrot cake, there's cheesecake, there's cheesecake muffins, there's strawberry shortcake. Okay, so yes, Rachel, I think that you could have a perfect day. It would be that whatever you're making would be your snack, and everybody else can eat whatever they want, unless other people are doing it in your household with you. So watch this. I'm going to go to the food library. I'm going to type in Carb Quick. Actually, it's already there because I type it in so much. So here's the food listing for Carb Quick. I click it. First of all, y'all, those of you who are new, this is your flour replacement. This all Shibboleth is simple swaps, okay? This is your swap for flour or Bisquick or something like that. But don't use the recipes on the box. They didn't take into account the other Shibboleth rules when they did that. When you see a green button, you can buy it in our store. If you see red, you can find it on Amazon. It helps us more if you buy it in our store, but there is no requirement to do that. Okay, so we're going to come down here. Look, 6 pages of recipes that include Carb Quick. But what are we wanting to do? Oh, Carb Quick can also bought at Walmart in most places. What are we wanting to do though for Rachel? Find cake. So I'm going to go up right here into this search bar and I'm going to type in cake. And it's going to eliminate all those biscuits and bagels and all of that. And there you go. There's your narrowed down cake. And I am going to stick this in. Go ahead and grab that link, Rachel. I just put it in the chat. If you click there, you can save that as a favorite somewhere on your computer. Yeah, good, Rachel. Okay, awesome. So do y'all see how that was? So if you know I want to use this product, what recipes go with it, you find the food in the food library, scroll down and you'll see all the recipes. And then there's search bars all over this website. So we just typed cake in and it searched there. You know, there's a lot of development that has gone into this website. Okay. Well, I hope that y'all have had a wonderful night. Tomorrow night, we're going to be going over void replacements. My example. If you like Pop-Tarts before, we got to figure out what Pop-Tart's going to work for you now. And chips and cookies and all that kind of stuff. And then we're going to look at freebies, extras, snacks, and meal replacements. We're going to look at that all tomorrow night. And then in the morning, I go live Monday through Friday, sometime around 7:30, 7:40-ish in the mornings. And we do a focus. It's a daily devotion, morning motivation, and let's focus our day. So that is Monday through Friday. To make sure that you get notifications for that, in lap 1 of Fast Track, there's a link to the Shibboleth public page. Click there, like the page. And then while you're there, there should be 3 dots or something there where you can change your notifications to make sure you get notified about all lives. Okay. And then that way you'll get that. I hope y'all have had a great time tonight learning about those special features. For those of you who are new, thank you for hanging in with me, because some of the things you might not have understood yet because you didn't hear Sunday and Monday yet. You go back and watch Sunday and Monday and all this will start making sense. Okay. And I will look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. Have a great night.